I'm telling you, man, we got these 8-layer plays for this data infrastructure right here, man. Number 1, compute. Number 2, networking. Number 3, power and cooling. Number 4 is data. Number 5 is control. Number 6 is security. Number 7 is observation. And number 8 is physical infrastructure. And I'm telling y'all, man, this about to be a banger, man.
My savage. Money man in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak in CC Flame. Got my YouTube popping, man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Money man. You already know my
savage. This about to be a banger. I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, just looking at it, learning, doing some more research on it, and I got some more plays that we're gonna take a look at too that also deal with this whole 8 layers of data center facilitators and this AI infrastructure boom. And I'm telling you, it's a lot. I got my notes right here. I'm looking at. That's why I'm flipping through. But it all connects. It all connects with the AI, the quantum computing. We're going to take a look at some of those stocks where I'm going to give them to you. And then we're going to do a whole separate video just about those. But the quantum computing, the AI, and space, I'm telling you, all three of these sectors are intertwined and connected together to bring this 8-layer data center facilitators together. And they're going to help each other in the long run, man. And I'm telling you. But first, I appreciate y'all for coming, man. Hit that like button, subscribe and share, and tell your friends about that brown time opulence, man. We getting it in over here with these stocks and crypto. I'm telling you, man, we learning something new every day on some plays that probably people ain't even talking about. We're going to do a whole nother separate live with that one. But here we go with the 8 layers facility, man. I'm telling you, this big right here. And I'm about to give y'all some of these plays, some of these stocks that go with each one of these layers. And layer 1 is compute right here. This is the layer we own right now for the AI chips, the GPUs, and the quantum processors, man. You got the core leaders right here. This is the foundation of the entire AI stack. Demand for GPUs, AI accelerators, memory chips, and quantum system is exploding as hyperscalers race to build AI factories, man. AI is booming. I know a lot of people saying we in this AI bubble is gonna burst and all that. I don't think we in a bubble, because just like even with the .com bubble, even though I was young, you know, I wasn't able to invest in the stock market and nothing like that. But I don't think it was far as I understand what they're saying a bubble, because it burst and all these stocks crashed and all that. But I don't think these gonna fall down as hard as some of that is, because it's too many people. Companies and countries investing into AI, trying to build their infrastructure, and so they could be prepared for the future. And these some of the leading companies that we need to get in and start investing in. NVIDIA, y'all already know that. AMD, Broadcom, Taiwan Semiconductor, Micron Technology, and Intel. Them some of the main ones we already know about, and they are the leaders. But the main one is more of NVIDIA with AMD right behind them. But don't sleep on Taiwan Semiconductor neither, man. It manufactures the AI chips for like NVIDIA and AMD to put in their GPUs and all that type stuff. So these on the compute layer are real important. And then you got some high risk and explosion, some that's probably a little smaller cap that you probably could get into and see what happens with them over the next 5 years. I say the next 5 years because, like I said, we long-term investors. We not swing trade. You can swing trade them if you want to, but we investing in the long term, because this AI thing is going to end up taking over, and then it's going to lead to what we're going to talk about next for the data centers, the quantum computers, and space. Like I had already gave y'all them data centers, them space-based data centers. Go watch that video if you ain't seen that video. But the high risk right here, you got Cisco Systems. Hopefully I said that right. Rigetti Computing, D-Wave, Quantum, and Ion Q. I already invested in Rigetti and D-Wave. I already got them two. But Ion, I should have got it when I bought them two back maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, however long it been. I already got these two. I've been had these two already, man. But the top theme is hybrid quantum plus GPU infrastructure could become the next layer after traditional AI compute. Now, number two is networking layer. Like I said, we got 8 of these things. Fiber optics, satellites, routers, connectivity, AI data centers require massive data movement, optical networking, and fiber are becoming critical bottlenecks. So you got to be able to move all this data quick and fast. So the networking layer is the second part of the infrastructure. Like I said, this the infrastructure we talking about, not specifically the AI, but the infrastructure of what they need to add in these data centers to make this data move and to make this stuff operate, like the engine of all this data centers and this AI. So right here, you got ANET already in there. What is that? Cisco Systems, Cena. I think Jamel just said that Corning, and Light Holdings right there in Broadcom AVGO. We already see that. And then you got the space and satellite connectivity. You can throw SpaceX probably in there too when they IPO, but AST, Space Mobile, Rocket Lab, and then Iridium Communications. I done heard about all these, and that Rocket Lab is on one of the other sectors with the other ETL, one of the other ETLs we're gonna talk about a little later. That is in one of the ETLs or along with some of the other stocks. Let me get it out now. Cybers Systems. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on with this, what we can invest in. Now, you can, like I said, we can get some of these ETFs, and then you can invest in all these companies at once instead of just buying each individual company. But the theme is AI plus edge computing and satellite networking may become a massive future market. Then 3, I would say one of the most important parts of this is the power and the cooling. That's why a lot of these states and areas are declining these data centers, because it takes too much power to run these data centers, and they don't want them in their areas. They don't want these data centers in they city, in they county, in they state, because it takes too much power, and they're gonna have to figure out how to cool it fast so they won't overheat and cause environmental problems around the world if we start building all these data centers. Now, it's some already out there, but they were projecting, I can't remember the exact number, but they were projecting building a certain amount of data centers around the U.S., and a lot of them getting canceled right now, man. But liquid cooling, energy grids, transformers, this may become one of the most overlooked AI booms. AI chips consume enormous energy and require advanced liquid cooling. Now, I got a play that I'm going to tell y'all towards the end that deal with and probably done fixed some of the problems with the cooling. And it's a stock that we can get in, but I'll mention that a little later. But right now, you say you got the Vertiv Holdings, Invent, Electric, Eaton, Carrier Global, Trane Technologies, Bloom Energy, GE, and charged it to my head that I can't pronounce these, man. I'm country folk now. But y'all see it right here. Y'all got the ticker summary. Y'all can go look them up and do your own research anyway, like you're supposed to be doing, because I'm just bringing it to you in case you didn't know, just like I didn't know. So I'm bringing it to you. But hitting infrastructure plays, Comfort System, USA, and then Moore Group, EME. Biggest narrative AI factors may force a complete rebuild of America's electrical grid. It probably could, man. And I think it will, especially when it does happen and we become full force on this AI and these data centers and everything pushing forward to the future. It's going to have to be a rebuild of the electric grid, because they're going to take a lot of power. But if they do what I told y'all in their space-based data centers, that could change it too, to the point of where everything going to be in space. and the connectivity gonna be crazy fast, and how you could move information, connect with cell phones, satellite, have connection everywhere. It's gonna be crazy, man. Ain't no more data roaming and whatever all that mess was. But data layer, number 4, cloud storage, databases, data lakes. AI models require massive storage and retrieval system, memory, and cloud infrastructure are becoming strategic assets. Now, this is a major thing too, about probably just as much as the cooling is the data layer. Where they gonna store all this data? They need all this memory to store all this data. And you see the major leaders right here is Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, and Oracle. And then the storage winners, Seagate Technology, Western Digital, Snowflake. Y'all should know them first two. I really got what I got right here. I think I Western Digital external drive, and then Seagate, they make external drives too, man. Memory and all that, where you can add to your computer, external drives and all that type stuff. Palantir, y'all. That would be more on that security level we're gonna get to in a minute. But number 5, any question about the memory? The memory, that's a big part. Like I said, you gotta be able to store all this AI data so that AI can remember it. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds cliche, but remember. But so the AI ain't gotta, it compute all this information at one time. It got to be able to remember it and store it somewhere. So that's why these are important. And then control layer right here, AI orchestration, data dashboards, command systems. This is the brain coordinated AI systems, key stocks, Palantir right there, ServiceNow, Datadog, Mango DB. The theme is future enterprises may run on AI operating systems. And like Palantir, man, I don't know if I told y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all this story again, that man, I had Palantir when it first IPO'd and came out. It was like $20, something dollars. I had got into it because I was watching somebody, I can't remember what YouTube I was watching at the time when I was listening, just getting into the stock market. But it had to be maybe 2020, the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. I had got into Palantir somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact date. But, man, I had got into it. I had me at least about 10, 12 shares, and I was good. And then all of a sudden, I think it was 2022, whenever the market crashed, Palantir went down to $8, man. I didn't know what I was doing, and I sold every last one of them. I sold every last one of them, man. I should have been buying Palantir at $8, man. I'm still upset to this day that I did it. But like I said, I didn't, you didn't see CMO. I don't know why. He probably blocked you. But, yeah. So, man, I was in Palantir, man. I should have just loaded up. If I would have known what I know now, man, I would have loaded up on Palantir. But ServiceNow, Datadogs, I think they already up. A few of them are already up. I know Datadogs it had ran up a couple where they past week. It had ran up, and Palantir down in the doghouse right now, even after they earnings. And they went down, and I had played it on the put option. I ain't put that much money into it because, playing a put option or playing option period on earnings is risky. So I ain't make too much off of it. But I do want to read this right here, since we talking about Palantir. I had wrote this a couple of days ago, but Palantir is at a double bottom coming back up. And if it closes above 138, it's going to move back to the descending line. But if it break out of that zone, it's going back up. And then I'll show y'all what I'm talking about when we look at the chart in a minute on Palantir. We're going to look at a couple of them. We ain't going to look at all of them, but we're going to look at a couple of these stocks that we talking about right here in this infrastructure. But like I said, you got to do your own research, do your own due diligence, man, because only risk money that you willing to lose. No, I ain't FOMOing into that. I ain't FOMOing into that. Even when it was $70, I ain't had no money, though, to get it. But when it was $70, I was like, bro, I need to get this. But I ain't had no money to get it. So I ain't really bought nothing then. I was just looking at it, just steady learning, because I ain't have no money to buy now. So, but I was just paper trading and learning, you know, the option games and all that. But security level layer, number 6, cybersecurity, encrypted firewalls. As AI expands, cybersecurity becomes mission critical. Best played CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks. They look like Fortnite, but Fortnite, Cloudflare, and ZS. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that one. Y'all know basically they're probably self-explanatory, man. I ain't got to bring security level layer. I mean, we got to be able to protect this data so people won't get hacked. And then that's why I say that's where the quantum computing come into play. Also in this, far as the whole AI thing, but the security also, man, they're gonna play a big part into it too. And then number 7, observation layer, monitor analytics, AI surveillance. AI systems require real-time monitoring and observability. I ain't never heard that word, man. I hope I pronounced it right. But Datadog, Elastic, Splunk, Palantir is in that layer. Observation, like I said, protection, security, observation, and then control. All 5, 6, and 7, you can probably put them in the same bunch, as far as keeping everybody safe and make sure don't nothing crazy happen with these hackers and stuff, man. You know, folk out here trying to get any dollar they can, and it's ridiculous how many spam calls I get every day. Like, I'm trying to block all their numbers, but they keep calling from new numbers and this and that. Then you get these emails, and then, you know, they targeting older people that don't know technology. So when they get an email talking about this, that, whatever, you got to pay this and that, and then they taking all their money, man. These folks is cruel out here just trying to get a dollar, man. That's what the Bible say, the love for money is evil. You know what I'm saying? But 8, physical infrastructure layer, service warehousing, industrial buildings, cranes. The real estate plus industrial side of AI is massive. REITs and infrastructure, digital reality, Equinix, construction and industrial Caterpillar, Quanta Services, and then EME, man. Hopefully I'm saying some of these right. Y'all probably know them better than I do how to pronounce them, but yo. And then here the stacks here right here. My highest conviction AI factory stacks, mega caps, NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD, Microsoft, Amazon. Then infrastructure pick, VRT, ETN, NBT, FIX, EME. And then high risk explosive, ASTS, RKLB, this Rocket Labs, IonQ, Rigetti, and then Quantum, what it was. I already got there. QBTS. Those are the high risk explosive one. Underrated theme. The next gold rush may not be AI chatbots. It may be power grids, cooling system, optics, fiber, data center, construction, satellite connectivity. That's where many institutional investors are moving now. And I'm telling you, the reason why you need to be these going to print in the next 5 years, over the next 5 years, these companies could print because the world is entering a once in a generational infrastructure cycle, similar to the railroad boom, the internet build out, smartphone / cloud, and electrification. This time, the driver is AI factories plus autonomous systems plus data infrastructure. The winners are the companies selling the picks and shovels to the AI gold rush. Like I said, that's why I wanted to bring y'all this right here, because these are the picks and the shovels of this AI movement. Some of these companies right here, and y'all name us on right there in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, it's a lot of those too that we will get to. But that's the 8 layers right there, man. And here's some of the reason why. Like compute will print. The AI models are becoming exponentially larger. Training frontier AI models now costs hundreds of millions, potentially billions. The entire world is racing to build AI factories. The biggest winner right there is NVIDIA. I ain't got to explain that. Y'all already know it. And then networking with print AI factories require massive data movement. Future AI cluster will move in insane amounts of data between GPU storage, cloud systems, edge devices, satellites, bandwidth. Demand is exploding. The winner right there is ANET and also Broadcom AVGO. 3, power and cooling could become the biggest surprise. Like I said, I think this was one of the most important sectors in this infrastructure right here. AI data centers consume enormous powers. Some estimates suggest future AI facilities may use as much power as small city GPUs generate tremendous heat. Without cooling, AI clusters fail, chips throttle, infrastructure melts down. Winners right now is VRT. Vertiv may become one of the most important AI infrastructure companies in the world. They provide liquid cooling thermal systems, power management. This is why institutions aggressively accumulate the stock. And I got another one. Yeah, I got another one that's right at $4 right now. A little under $4. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Number 4. I know y'all wondering what that is, man. So stay tuned. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about these Brown Time opulence, man. You sold NBIF for AMD last. I should have got an AMD too when it was $30. I had to learn, man. Physical infrastructure will explode. AI needs physical space, not virtual space. Real world buildings. That means data center, transformer, construction, industrial system, cooling towers, electrical upgrades. Winners right now: DLR, digital reality. Equinix operates the digital backbone of the internet, and then Power, PWR. Quanta builds power infrastructure. Number 5, cybersecurity. We print AI dramatically increases cyber threats. Future attacks may involve autonomous hacking, AI-generated malware, infrastructure sabotage, deepfake, infiltration. Every AI system increased the attack surface. Winners, CrowdStrike, PanW, and Net right there. Cybersecurity may become mandatory infrastructure. Now, when I'm thinking about that cybersecurity, man, I don't know about y'all, but I be thinking about iRobot. If y'all watch iRobot, how the robot, the main robot AI, took over all the other robots and was going to take over the whole world. But another movie that also is Eagle Eye. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie with Shia LaBeouf in it, man. He's supposed to have a twin brother that's in the military and figured out that the AI was trying to kill some folk and all that, and he put a hold on it. And so the AI figured out that he had a twin brother to unlock it. And that, man, was crazy. If y'all ain't watch that movie, go watch that movie too. iRobot and Eagle Eye, man. I'm telling you. 6, quantum computing potential. Quantum computing could eventually crack optimization problems, revolutionize chemistry, drug discovery, accelerate AI, disrupt encryption. Still speculative, but if it works, returns could become enormous. IonQ, Rigetti, and QBTS, those are the quantum computing stocks right there, man. I think it is going to become enormous because it is going to work. It is going to work. Now, with companies going to take over, IonQ already leading it with the revenue. So there's one of the big dogs that's already in it. But Rigetti and all the other ones, they could come up and be players in the game too. And then we can make a lot of money off of those, man. But the big old macro reason the market is shifting from software economy to infrastructure economy. The AI era needs energy, industrial systems, chips, networking, construction. That's why old industrial style companies are suddenly growing like tech companies. The biggest 5-year themes: AI factory, massive hyperscale, AI campuses worldwide, sovereign AI, countries building national AI systems, robotic humanoid robots may create another compute explosion. It surely is, man. It's already starting. Autonomous transportation, cars, drones, logistics systems. You see what's going on with Tesla and the cyber cab. They're about to launch. It's already out in some cities and some areas, but having all these Teslas around the world, man, you be able to, the FSD be able to drive itself. It's gonna be they're where they're coming to, man. Space infrastructure, number 5 right there, satellite AI plus orbital computing plus global connectivity. That's gonna be a big thing right there, man. Oh boy, I ain't got no more water, man. I should have got some more water. But this right here, then we're gonna move to the quantum computing right quick. Where them stocks at? Here it is right here. So like I said, the quantum computing, the very pure quantum stocks is IonQ right now. Current leader of the pure play quantum space. Why people love it. Right there, trap, ion architecture, high fidelity, major cloud partnerships, government contract, quantum networking expansion, aggressive acquisitions. Bull case, many investors see IonQ as the NVIDIA of quantum. Rigetti, like I said, high risk, hyper growth, quantum play. Uses superconducting qubits, wise and interesting scalable architecture, integrated with cloud providers, massive volatility equal massive upside potential. Some analysts see it as one of the most explosive quantum names. If superconducting quantum systems dominate, Rigetti could become enormous. You do got risk in this thing, man. D-Wave right here, that's what it was. Focused quantum annealing optimization problems. This is one of the few quantum companies already seeing real world expertise using use cases. Optimization is huge for logistic defense, supply chains, AI infrastructure analysts see growing commercial traction. And then QUBT, this the other one I got, quantum computing, focused photonic systems, room temperature approaches. This is one of the more speculative names. Why investors watch it? For room temperature system works. They may massively reduce infrastructure costs. Then IBM, y'all already know about them. Google, you know about them. Microsoft and NVIDIA. And then the best ETFs right here, some of the best ETFs, quantum ETFs, is QTUM right there, man. Y'all can see it right there on the screen. D-Finance, quantum ETF, probably the most popular quantum-focused ETF, includes quantum AI, machine learning, and semiconductor. So you got all them into that one right there, man. It's already at $144.91 right here at the close. But I think it's up in the pre-market. We'll look at it in a minute. They're probably one of the ones we're going to take a look at. Joby D1 Tax. Oh, yeah. I had Joby, man. I told you I had, well, y'all didn't know, but I had looked up that company way back. And I was thinking about investing in it. I don't think I never got it, though. But I had heard about them a long time ago. But going back to the quantum stocks ETF, that's why I said you can get a basket of these things instead of just investing into individual companies. And like I said, you get all these right here, man. So you got some of them AI stocks in there with the quantum stocks and machine learning and semiconductors. So you get a basket and a few of all them stocks that we had went over with the 8 layers too. And then ARC, autonomous technology and robotics ETF, not pure quantum, but heavy exposure to AI, robotics, autonomous systems, next gens compute. Then bolts, global X robotics and AI ETF, indirect quantum exposure through AI infrastructure, autonomous advanced compute. Then right there, man, I'm telling you. So the most important thing to understand at this point in time, where we at and where we going to, is this right here. Quantum today is similar to AI around 2014. Internet around 1995. Now, y'all tell me, besides some of the old heads in here, y'all tell me, did y'all realize what was going on back in 1995 when the internet was getting talked about to come out and ramping up? What about AI in 2014? Y'all old heads don't answer that. I know y'all was already on it. That's why y'all millionaires already got big bucks. We still trying to learn over here, man. Shout out to y'all, though. Huge potential, but massive volatility, unclear winners, technology still evolving. That's why the safest strategy for many investors is barbell exposure. Example, 70 to 80% safer giants, 20 to 30% speculative pure plays. We already named all them right there, man. And then this is what take us into the space part. The deal with the data centers and the power and the cooling aspect of it, to where we could see them space-based data centers, like I told y'all in my last video that y'all need to go watch. And these are a couple of the ETFs that you can get in for them space plays right there. That's what I'm talking about. UFO, pure play space ETF overall. This is the closest thing to dedicated space economy, ETF focused satellite rocket companies, communication, Earth observation, launch infrastructure. Major holdings often include Rocket Lab, Iridium, Planet Labs, satellite / networking companies. Recent performance has been extremely strong as the commercial space economy expands. And I want to tell y'all the funny story right here, man. I actually invested into this ARC Space and Defense Innovation ETF like in 2021. I think it was 2021, but I ended up selling that. Like I said, I was still learning. I don't know what to do with what I was doing. So just bear with me, man. I was in some plays I should have stayed in. And I probably would have been set when I think I got this. It was like $20, man. I think it was like $20 when I had got this thing. And I'm looking at it like 70. I think that's the same one. It might not be the same stock. I know ARC got a lot of them, but we'll take a look at it and see how much it is. But like I said, best space plus AI plus defense ETF. This ETF combines aerospace, AI, robotics, autonomous systems, defense, tech, space innovation is broader than UFO right there. And then 3, we got SPDR, S&P, Kensho, Final Frontiers ETF, Best Future Infrastructure ETF. This ETF is more futuristic / speculative. It includes space exploration, deep sea exploration, frontier technology, advanced industrials. ROKT has delivered massive recent returns as frontier tech themes accelerated. I'm telling you, man, that's deep sea exploration. That's another thing I think that's coming next. But it looked like we're gonna go to space first, because deep sea really ain't got no, I ain't gonna say advancements, but we more focused on going to space right now. But I could see you don't want to mess with too much of them creatures in the water when your space ain't got really no creatures up there for we know of, far as like right above Earth, not out there in the universe, but right above Earth. But I share U.S. Aerospace and Defense ETF, ITA, best, safer, and institutional style play. This is more defense heavy, Lockheed Martin, RTX, Northrop, Boeing, but space and defense are increasingly merging. Future military satellites, orbital defense, AI warfare systems, hypersonics, all tie into this ETF. And tell me, Space Innovators ETF, NASA, Newer Prayer Space Innovation ETF, satellite systems, launch infrastructure, communication, space manufacturing. This is one of the newer entries trying to capitalize on commercial space growth potential, SpaceX IPO demand. Then there it is right there, man. There it is right there. I know there was a lot of information. Man, but I tried to show y'all. I tried to tell y'all, man. Money man be coming with that heat. Money man be coming with that heat.
My savage. Money man in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak in CC Flame. Got my YouTube popping, man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Money man. You already know.